Hi everyone, it's me again, Ify. Um, Good afternoon to everyone. I'm just quickly here to talk about potty training or toilet training with an autistic child. With most of autistic children, potty training is not an easy thing. With my son, I've been going through potty training with my son now almost 3 years, because I started potty training him when he was 2 years plus. The first year during summer time, that was last 3 years, I went through it, but I didn't succeed, so I just let it be. And last 2 years I started again. When he started going to therapy, an accident happened. He was doing therapy and he peed on his body. The therapist called me and the psychologist, they told me that my son is not ready for potty training. And I asked myself, and I asked them equally, my son, when will he ever be ready for potty training if he's not ready? I thought it's something you would teach a child and not a child being ready for it. So when we stopped the center, the private center that the private therapist that is coming home with me, togetherly we try to help him to potty train. When he's doing therapy, when we start seeing him nervous, the therapist take him to the toilet to pee. Sometimes he does and sometimes no. And at home, most of the time, I continue with the struggle because I cannot let him. Most of the time he started having rashes on his buttocks, and when I take him to the pediatric, she told me that it's because of the diaper. So I know my son just have to remove diaper. So I continue trying to take him to the toilet to pee and poo, but I succeeded with the poo home. But sometimes still accident happens most of the time. Sometimes not frequently, but sometimes in a day it wouldn't just happen, in 2 days it won't happen, but some days, like sometimes it will happen like 6 7 times a day. It will just when you take him to pee, after peeing, before you know, before 10 minutes he has pee on his body, his pint is wet, his trouser is wet. One thing that you cannot have enough of is pints when you have an autistic child with this challenge of potty training. One thing you cannot have enough is, like with a boy, a pint and a pair of trousers. You have to have enough of that and a lot of wet wipes. I have them in my room, I have them in my parlor, conjoined with my kitchen. I always have them around because I always need them. Like this cold time now, not every time I will take him to wash his buttocks when he poo. I know there is cold in this place and the cold is too much, so most of the time I use my wet wipes. So I always have them around here with me. And one thing you cannot stop buying is pint and trousers. Excuse, you may hear the voice of my daughter, my little daughter back there talking. One thing you cannot have enough of is pint and trousers. And if yours is a girl, you cannot have enough of leggings or skirts, because you will need them often. And one thing you will always do is wash and wash, because accidents are bound to happen with a child potty training, let alone a child with autism. And one thing I want to say is that when you have a child with autism, another thing you need is patience. You need a lot of patience because a lot of mess are going to happen. Pee on the floor sometimes, like my son that don't like, sometimes he will pee or poo, before I notice he will just put his hand inside, that kind of a thing. If you are somebody easily irritated like me, before I will get irritated, I will say, oh Dylan, you just have to adapt to it, because we have been going through this now 3 years. My son is now 5. We started 2 years and a half. We've been going through this 3 years. I succeeded with the pee, but with the poo, Sometimes I just take him to the toilet 8 times. When I see him start walking like Nigeria, we say pepeye, he will be peacocking, walking on his toe and raising his buttocks up, stimulating, showing that he wants to pee, and I take him to the toilet because he don't want to sit on the toilet seat. He never wants that. Sometimes I allow him to stand, but really once in a while my son will just poo. If he sometimes I continue taking him to the toilet. When I take him to the toilet, we may say like 30 minutes, 1 hour, he wouldn't poo, and we'll come back, we'll continue like that, going and coming. Sometimes he get tired and he poo. Sometimes he wouldn't. I see him suffering like that, I will just put him diaper and allow him to do his thing, and I just change him. It wouldn't be easy. You cannot just say okay, boom, the magic will just happen. You will go through a lot, but be patient and think about the love you have for the child. Let it carry you on. Maybe someone may say it's not important, why will I listen to this? You don't know, you may need this to help a neighbor, you may need this to help a friend, you may need this to help a family. Seeing such a thing or a child behaving like this, it may be autism or something. Potty training is not so easy with some children. With my little child of now, she's now 3. I start potty training her when she's 2, during the summertime, 2 years 3 months, and she adopted. With my big daughter, it took a lot of time, and even when she's in primary school, she was still bedwetting a little. But with Dylan, it's just something else. You don't have to compare a child with autism with a child that doesn't have any problem that's for them to be the same in potty training. You just have to be patient with this child with autism, because it's not going to be easy. You are going to wash pints with poo. Sometimes my son pint get consumed with the washing, trying to wash the poo to go out. I soak, sometimes I soak and I wash. Sometimes the poo don't go. Sometimes I tossed away the pints in the bin. And one thing I can't have enough of is pint. I always buy trousers. You get to wash sometimes during the cold time and they will not dry. I just want to say, because maybe you are going through this, my son is always precious to me. It's I don't know how to explain it, to say it, but you just have to be supportive and show a lot of love. A lot of accidents will happen when you are going out. When I go out, I make sure I take my son to pee first, and I have my diaper in my bag. Not that I'm going to put the diaper, but he may start, anything can happen at any time. He may start showing stimulation that he wants to poo out, and I don't see toilet to enter. I get my wet wipes and spare diaper are always in my bag, though I don't put them. I put diaper for him to sleep in the night. Immediately he wakes up, I remove it, because waking him in the night to pee is a problem. He may not sleep back and be nervous and cry all through the night, and nobody will sleep. So it's not the same thing with a child that is not autistic. Like my daughter, 3 years now, every night I carry her to pee and I put her back in her bed. But with Dylan, it cannot be the same thing. If I do that, he wouldn't sleep again. So I'm just, though they said he's not ready for potty training, but I continue to assist him and teach him. He cannot continue to pee in his body for the rest of his life. But now I'm waiting for him to talk. When he starts talking, I'll make sure in the night I also do the same thing as taking him to the toilet to pee in the night. I know he will tell me, Mama, I don't want to pee, or I want to pee. When he start talking, I'm waiting for that. I will remove the night diaper. So I just want to tell you, if you are a parent without an autistic child going through such a thing, it's not gonna be easy, but take courage, be patient, and be strong. Think about the love you have for your child and let it carry you throughout all the process. Now I'm going through it 3 years now, and I'm still waxing strong and supporting my child. That's all you have to do. Patient, 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 and be supportive. That's all I have to say today. Potty training is not gonna be easy with an autistic not all autistic child, but some autistic children. You have to understand that your child is special. Don't compare your child with other children. He will go through it and he will succeed by God's grace. With God on our side, everything is possible. Nothing is impossible for God to do. With this, I'll say have a nice day and take care. Thank you all. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please thumbs up, subscribe, and press the bell button so you'll be notified anytime I upload my video. For now, I'll leave you and say bye. Ciao.